I'm Omar.
I'm Isaiah.
I'm Jonathan.
And we are students here at Duncan Polytechnical High School. And today we're going to be inspecting fluids on a vehicle.
So before we start, we're going to go over a couple safety things. The first couple things you'll need are gloves and glasses to protect you from chemicals.
We may need a rag to clean off any messes or spills, or the dipstick.
You should also keep in mind that you should wear clothes that cover your skin for any chemical splashes or messes.
So to start off, we're going to open the hood. In most cars, there will be a button that'll pop your hood and you reach under the hood to unlock a lever. On trucks like these, you have a lever right here that you take off on both sides and then you can swing it open. Keep in mind before you start, all vehicles have different placements, shapes, and sizes in their reservoirs. So make sure you check your engine and vehicle manual before you start. Also, before you start, make sure your engine has been sitting, not running, for a couple hours to check all your fluids, because hot liquids will work differently than when they're cold. Until you work in your transmission fluid, that's when you can start running your engine.
To check the engine oil, you need to find the location of the dipstick. So the dipstick should be on the driver's side, and it should be of a yellow cap and with the engine a symbol. So your first step is to unscrew the cap, take it out, clean your dipstick, reinsert, take it out, and check the reading. So right here, it has to be in between the maximum and the minimum level. So the oil should be good because it's in the middle range of the maximum and the minimum.
When inspecting your coolant, you should look for your coolant reservoir, which should be next to your radiator. And as we can see, it's right here. And before checking your coolant, you should make sure your truck has sat for about an hour or two, because if you were to open your cap, coolant would go everywhere and it would explode everywhere. So as we can see, our coolant should be between the min and max line, and as we can see, it's about in the middle, which should be good. We could add a little more, but that should be fine. And that's how you inspect coolant.
So next we're going to talk about the washer fluid. The washer fluid can be found in another opaque jar. It will have this washer fluid only symbol on the cap. And as for this, it'll have a 2 gallon and 1 gallon, which will say how much liquid is inside of it. You don't necessarily need it, but it's good to have it, so having any amount will be good. So next is power steering. You'll see it right here where it's also opaque. There is a min cold with a max cold with min hot and max hot. You'll want to make sure it's between those. And if you screw this off on top, it will be a tiny dipstick that you'll want to wipe off and redip. And the dipstick will have a max and min. So you want to make sure your level is between that. So next we're going to do fuel. You can use a flashlight to help you out. You'll see it on the side of a car. And you can take this cap off and use a flashlight to check inside. You should be able to see the fluid. And as always, you could just turn the car on and it will say the fuel on the odometer. Another way to check your fuel is right here on the speedometer. You have your fuel level right here, and you even have your def way over here. So you just turn ignition on, engine off. And once everything gets going, you'll see they go to the level. So you can see we got 3/4 fuel, but we are on E on def. So you would need more def.
So in this case, our truck does not have a dipstick to check our transmission oil. So we have to check through our differential and take off this bolt. And so to check, you need to put your finger into this hole, 1/4 inch. And if you see some oil right here, this is an indication of, or this is a good indication, a good sign.
The clip before with Jonathan, and you see Felipe right now, they're opening the differential to get to the transmission oil. In some cases, there won't be any transmission fluid in the dipstick. You'll have to check the differential for gear oil and transmission oil. That's the cases with a lot of manual cars, and now even some automatic cars. So make sure you check your service manual to make sure you know where everything is and how to proceed with checking your fluids on your car.